What's up, CapSquad? It's your girl Erica, and I'm back with another video. Okay, so actually, myself and Dunn watched this movie, but like I said, y'all, you know, we work sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, he's at work, he's here, I'm at work. So a lot of times we don't get to make videos together. And then sometimes, you know what I'm saying, people be saying, I know that's how he don't be want to make a video sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, I can do these videos for y'all because I said I was. So, that's what I'm going to do. This channel is originally my channel myself, and I made it to me and his channel. And then, you know what I'm saying, I was like, well, because the channel says Erica&Dunn, you know what I'm saying, it'll be selfish of me to do videos without him. But then, the way our schedules work, you know what I'm saying, if I wait to only do videos with him or only, you know what I'm saying, prank him or do stuff like that, we won't have that many videos. So, because my schedule of working and stuff is a little bit more flexible than his, I'm just gonna do videos that I want to do or would want to do anyway, that can kind of, you know, be done without him. So we watched the movie Bird Box, and he likes stuff, you know what I'm saying, but when he watches the movie, he's like zoomed in. He can't talk about it. You can't ask him a question while he's watching the movie, period. Me, I like to talk about stuff. So, I talk through a movie. Not all the way through, but you know, certain things that stick out like a sore thumb or it's not believable, I'm gonna say something about it. And he just be like, shut up, just watch the movie. But anyways, that's me. So, and if you didn't know, I am a theater major. Where I was a theater major, I graduated that way. I was a theater major, so a lot of things that I, you know, pick up on or whatever, whether it's theatrical or, you know, actual movie. But here is my intake on Bird Box. But before we get into this video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And also hit that bell notification. Make it ring, ding, ding, ring, ding, 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 oh, ring, ding, ring, ding, ding, oh. Okay. Anyways, while watching Bird Box, I actually heard about it through my cousin one day. I called her and asked her, did she want to ride to the mall with me? And she told me no, because she was watching Bird Box, a movie that everybody keeps talking about. I was like, okay, whatever. So, about maybe two or 3 days go by. Next thing I know, everything Bird Box this, Bird Box that, Bird Box this, Bird Box that. I get on to my TV, and get onto my TV, like I'm getting on the computer or something. I turn on my TV, and you know, we have a smart TV, so I turned on the TV and went to Netflix. And the first like main movie, if you have Netflix, you know there's like a main movie on there. It was Bird Box. So I was like, okay, let me just click on it. So I click on the movie, and then I tell him, I was like, wait, there's this movie called Bird Box that everybody been talking about. Keep funny acting, but since everybody talking about it, I don't want to watch it. Okay, so I just started back doing whatever I was doing. I was like, I'll just watch it later on or when he go to sleep or whatever. But before he went to sleep, he was like, well, let's watch the movie. Yeah, my afro is just everywhere. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about whether I should stay natural. I do get my hair done sometimes, but it just feels better when it's like this. Anyways, or maybe dreading it up. I mean, my hair, when it's straight, comes about, you know, you got a little lip to it. It's, you know, afro style right now, but, or trying to go back to afro. So, I was thinking about maybe getting it locked, some locks, which I might do. But anyways, back to the review. So he was like, well, you know, let's go ahead and watch the movie, whatever. So we watched the movie. Now here's my intake on the movie from start to finish, or at least how much I can remember. Okay, so it opens up with her telling the kids that they have to listen to her, pay close attention, they cannot take off their blindfolds, you know, this, that, and the other. Okay, so I'm like, she looks pretty crazy. Because now, what I've seen on the internet is people having on blindfolds and doing crazy stuff. So I'm like, so is this like just a crazy cuckoo movie? So after that, it goes to 5 years later. I mean, 5 years before. It jumps to 5 years before, where she's pregnant and her sister's there, and obviously her and her sister don't have a good relationship with their mother, and they have somewhat of a relationship with their dad, but their dad seems to be kind of, you know, like controlling and demanding, so made it look like they really didn't have a too good relationship with him either. So it was just them two. Her sister was all just happy about, you know, her Sandra Bullock. I think in the story her name was, well, I can't remember her name. I think it was Mallory. Okay, she, was it Mallory? But Sandra Bullock carries her. Oh, that's crazy. I can remember Tom, Olivia, I can remember everybody except for her name, but I think it was Mallory. But anyways, she goes to her doctor visit and everything is fine. But right before she went, her sister came in and was like, look at the news. Have you looked at the news? And she was like, no, you know, basically all she does is stay in the house and paint and go to her doctor's visit when they come up, and then go back to the house. So she turns on the news and people are running around committing suicide, and because of something that they think is kind of like airborne. They don't know where it's from, and it was started in like Russia. So she was like, okay, well, whatever, it ain't here, you know what I'm saying, it's over in Russia or whatever. Keep it moving. So they go to the doctor's appointment, everything's fine. She see this, she passes by this girl that was on the phone. She's all happy laughing on the phone, everything's fine. Boom. You know, she has her checkup. She doesn't want to know the gender of the baby. She thinks that will spoil, you know, the excitement. She just doesn't want to know. She's find out when the baby get there. So as they leaving back out, the sister goes, I think, to pull the car up. So she won't have, you know, a far walk to go once she actually gets outside of the hospital. So she goes to get the car or whatever. So as she's walking, the same girl that they passed by when she first got to the doctor's appointment, that was on the phone all laughing and giggling, she's now banging her head up against a window and blood is like everywhere. And so she's like, what the? Time to roll out. So she gets up, and then she's like, it's here. She jumps in the car like, go. Her sister's like, what's going on? Then in the middle of nowhere, you know, cars are hitting each other and all that, and then her sister stops and is like, what the hell is that? You know, and her sister, and then Sandra Bullock's like, I don't see anything, what you mean? And then she locks up. Her eyes turn gray, and then, you know, she ends up flipping over the car. They get out the car. Her sister ends up looking at her, runs. Well, not run. She actually walks, but she walks in front of a, I want to say it was like a garbage truck or something. It was something really like a bigger truck. I think it was a garbage truck or something like that. And boom, flatlines her, dead. We don't know what she saw. No one knows what she saw, okay? And the movie just keeps going on like that. People are wanting to know, people are seeing things when they look in a certain direction, or whenever this entity comes, they're seeing certain things that are making them commit suicide. Now, in the story, there was a character named Charlie, who was, you know, talking about Greek mythology and other different, you know, just entities, biblical, all of that stuff that happens or people have said that will happen. and he's like, you know, it's gonna be the end of the world, and I was writing a novel about it, and you know, people were downplaying him because he wasn't in college. He was just like a regular store worker or whatever. So they was downplaying his knowledge, but the boy was right. He was right, okay? Now, the story goes on, and you know, certain people who look commit suicide. Certain people who are of the more of the special class, or what people will call mental health patients or things like that, they weren't too much affected by it. They were actually bringing on this entity and receiving it well and just loving it. So Sandra Bullock goes on to have a baby. She goes on to have a baby or whatever, and then she ends up, there was another pregnant woman, she ended up taking her baby. She named them boy and girl because of everything that was on, everybody who died, and she just feels like this is the only way that we're going to keep living, move forward. Her and Tom are together, and that's that. Okay, so people that have seen this movie, have done other reviews, are saying, well, I don't like the movie because they not showing what it is, what it was, what happened, what they saw. And I was kind of on the verge of that too. I was like, you know what I'm saying, it would have been better if I would have known what they saw, blah, 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 blah. But then I had to think and dig deeper. Which came first? The chicken or the egg? That is an argument that would never be proven unless, you know, you just believe in a higher, a higher entity, a higher spirit, you know, a God or something like that, you know, a higher being. And then, you know, you cross over to the, you know, that world, and then, you know, they tell you. Other than that, the human brain, the human way of thinking is not going to let us know that answer, because it will always be a debate. Well, the chicken came first because the chicken has to be here first in order to have the egg. Well, the chicken came first, and where did the chicken come from? Well, the chicken came from the egg. Well, then how come the egg didn't come first if the chicken came? It is no. Okay? And it's the same thing with people saying, well, every human being comes from something. And then people say, well, okay, I'm back. My camera died. I mean, my other memory cord didn't have enough space. But anyways, like I was saying, people have the discussion, you know, if every human came from somewhere, every living thing came from something else, then, you know, who was the first person, who was this, who was that? And then, you know, people who believe in Christ say, you know, Adam and Eve, and other people say monkeys, animals, but then what animals came from, because animals reproduce too, and then and then people are like, oh my God, and then you have people who question, where did God come from? So the human brain can never go over into the spiritual realm of knowing the beginning of anything, because it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? It's that deep, but the human brain is not that deep. Okay, even the smartest person has to stop at some point and just say, hey, that's the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? That's the entity that I, in my human flesh and blood, cannot tell you. But we know it's there because it happens. It happens. You know what I'm saying? People just don't wake up and just be crazy. You know, there is spiritual warfare. There are entities, there are demons, there are spirits, there are things that happen to people. And on a daily basis in real life, you can't see what that person is seeing. So why do we expect to see what the person is seeing in a movie? Because we nosy as fuck? Because we just want to know? Because if we see it, then we can say, oh, that what made her? But one of the women says it. The woman who lives in the house that they were actually in, that was married to the older guy, when she goes out to save Sandra Bullock's character, because she noticed that she's pregnant, once she sees, she says, mom, where are you? What happened, or whatever. She's speaking to her mom, and even Sandra Bullock says that to Tom, which is the black guy that she ends up with. She said that woman, that lady. He goes, that lady was my wife. The other guy, and she was talking to her mom. He was like, you're lying. Her mom's been dead for years now, but that's what she was seeing, or what she thought she was seeing, or what that entity or spiritual realm had her to see. You know what I mean? And when people, we call them cuckoo, or they're going crazy, or something happens to them, they see things that we can't see. So why, just because it's a movie, do we feel like, oh, it should have been this, it should have been a spirit, it should have been a shadow, it should have been something that we could see so we can believe? No. Everything ain't for you to see. Everything ain't for you. Okay? My money ain't your money. Your car ain't my car. Everything for you is for you. Everything for me is for me. And some things that are for you aren't for me. And some things that's for me aren't for you. So why do we want to see? If this was the real world and that was really happening, your ass wouldn't want to see. So why you want to see? So bad. Okay? It's an entity. It's a spirit. It's demons. It's whatever you want it to be. But that's what it is. And you cannot see it because you just can't see. It was for that person, not for you. And if you were to see, you probably would have saw something different. Okay? They already said that people were seeing things that were relatable to them, their deepest secret, their darkest fears, someone they missed, someone they loved, or a fear of losing, or a fear of whatever. Because even in the movie, as the movie went on, there was not one point or one time until close to the end, after Tom had died and all that, that even when the entity, spirit, or whatever was talking to Mallory, or Sandra Bullock character, because I hope I'm not calling her the wrong name, but was talking to her, that it finally had something over her, and that was Tom. It was using Tom's voice, and Tom this, Tom that, because that was someone that she loved. That was someone that she had a real relationship with, that loved her, that loved the two kids that weren't his. And one was even hers biologically. And he loved two kids. One that was hers biologically, that wasn't his, and another one that wasn't even hers biologically, that still wasn't his. You know what I'm saying? That was some real love. And they used that against her. You know what I'm saying? Just like if something was to happen right now, you can't use Tom against me, because I don't know Tom, I don't like Tom, his voice won't do nothing to me. I'd be like, okay, nigga, bye. But for the simple people, the basic people who just, wanted to see, that could have been something they put in the movie, but I don't think that brought the movie down. What I think brought the movie not being, a high score, like around a 7-ish, was the fact that it wasn't a strong backstory of why it was. Okay, so now I'm on my phone because now the camera did go dead. But as I was saying, it was basically because they did not give a strong story of why or how it started. Which that is something that I can agree with some other people that did reviews. Like I said, I don't have to see what they saw or anything. The leaves moving, the spirits, because I am a firm believer of spirits and things like that. And, there are spiritual welfare, So I didn't have to see that, But how? Why? Why was it? Who allowed it? Was it a spiritual welfare somewhere else? Was it God? Was God fed up? Was the devil fed up? Were the demons trying to out-demonize the devil? Was the demons trying to outsmart the angels? Were the angels mad? And what? What caused it? Was it sin? Was it a born flu virus thing that went around that made people think they were seeing this? Or, that, I think that was the thing more so than exactly what they were seeing. Just the fact of how did it start? Not where, not when, but how. I used to say I was a Christian, but I really don't like the word Christian, so to speak, because of all of the things that goes along with being a Christian. I believe, like I said, there's spiritual warfare. I believe in, spirits. I believe that they can call demons, angels, like stuff like that. But I don't believe in every single aspect of the actual Bible because of history. Because of history repeating itself, and because wrote it. There's just certain things that humans, specifically men, are sneaky about, and trying to manipulate people and redo things. But like I said, the human brain can only go so far. Even the smartest human being in the world, brain can only go so far. So there is another realm. There is a spiritual warfare or a spiritual realm, that we have to just, believe in. But that doesn't mean that you have to act a certain way or be a certain way. You know what I mean? I don't feel like you have to pray a certain way or you have to talk a certain way to reach that. You're your own person. Your relationship with see as the higher being, or see as a spiritual realm, or see as in that spiritual realm, that's on you. Even with that, there are reasons to everything. There are reasons to everything. And the only reason why I said there's reasons to everything is because whoever made the movie, and maybe I should look that up. But anyways, I didn't think about looking up the actual person. I don't even think I read the credits for real. After the movie's over, we went to sleep. But whoever made the movie or came up with the idea of the movie or wrote the movie or whatever, or the person's, there had to be a thought, there had to be a reason, there had to be a why that they made that movie. So just, y'all could have kind of dropped that in there a little bit more, but that was about it. The storyline was catchy. It wasn't too hard to follow along. It wasn't too hard to figure out what was going on. The only question was why, not what they saw. And that's just why. Other than that, it was a pretty decent movie, and also it's Netflix. People are holding Netflix to a just pedestal. Like, people are putting different companies on this high pedestal, and even I did it. Like, even with banks or just personal things, you have to realize humans, it's Netflix, something that you can pay $7 for a month. It's a Netflix original movie. So you know what I mean? It was a good movie. It was a decent movie. Netflix original. Anyways, if you like me talking about movies or doing movie reviews, just give this video a thumb up. Leave in the comment if there's anything else on Netflix that you'd like me to watch, or any movie that you recommend I see, and maybe I'll do a review on it. I love you, CapSquad. And I'm gonna get off my phone now. But make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that bell button to make it go ring a ding dong. Ring a ding 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 dong. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.